What up, brother? Over the last year, I've lost more than 20 pounds, mainly with fasting. And let me tell you, man, the combination of fasting with high rep calisthenics will make you feel like a freaking ancient warrior getting ready to just plunder the battlefield and seek glory for your family. So let me get into more details about it, exactly what I do and the whole process and how it works and how I managed to. I always I've been working out for quite a while now, so I started working out as I'm sure many of people my age do, which is push-ups, squats, and sit-ups in your bedroom. Then I moved to the gym, started doing those bodybuilding workouts. I got hooked. I did every single fucking modality of training that you can imagine. I probably did it. Calisthenics, bodybuilding style, body part splits, fucking powerlifting, everything that you can, circuit training, kettlebells. I did everything that you can possibly imagine. And at some point, man, after like 6 years of training, like not consistently and here and there, I gotta say that the gym was starting to get me bored. Going there and doing the same exercises, just I just have to go and get this done. And it's like once in a while you're gonna feel like that, and you just have to go and do it. Like I don't feel like going, but I have to go and just get it done because it's part of my routine. And it's like fantastic. That's something that I have to do. The thing is, it was happening way too much, and if it's happening way too much, then it becomes a problem because like, well, I might be doing something bad with training. It's like training is supposed to be fun, you know. Moving and exercising my body and sculpting a better version of myself should be something fun to do. So this is wrong. So I decided to go back to the basics this year. I decided to go back to what I was doing mostly when I started working out, which was calisthenics. Just the basic calisthenics, man. Push-ups, dips, pull-ups, bodyweight squats, all that good stuff. And I decided to go for that route of doing like higher rep, those like half rep, kind of like prison style training, that whole thing, man. And let me tell you, dude, feeling pretty fucking good. Seeing a lot of results, seeing a lot of progress. You know, the first time I was able to, the other day I was able to do 8 chin-ups. 8 chin-ups. It's like I would have never. You know what's the most chin-ups I did in my life before this? Probably like 4. They were. I'm a heavy guy, man. I am like 200 pounds at 5'9". I'm a heavy guy. That's why I'm fucking losing weight, right? So, fuck. 8 chin-ups made me feel like an absolute beast, like a complete fucking savage. So today is Saturday. What I usually do Saturdays now, that is getting a little bit warmer with spring, and even though Canadian spring, not that warm, is that Saturday morning I like to wake up early, like 7-ish, compared to working 5 a.m. on the weekdays to go to work. It's not really nothing. It's kind of even sleeping in. I wake up at like 7-ish, and then I go to the park nearby my house. They have those little stations to work out, and then I do my workout outdoors. I do dips, I do pull-ups, push-ups, you know, just using my own body to build up and to exercise. And I think there's something very deeply poetic and very deeply symbolical about it, right? It's not a coincidence that that's how they used to train, right? You think about it, the Greeks, the Romans, the knights, probably the samurai as well. They all had physical training, and it was all probably mostly calisthenics. It's like not even because they didn't have the technology. They could put fucking weights together. They could put rocks together. They could probably manage. They probably figured out how muscles worked, and how like different muscles move different parts of the body, right? So they were not stupid. They're not retarded. They're just like a different time period. But it makes me feel a little bit when we talk about working out and growing your body and growing muscles and everything. It makes me think about alchemy, right? the main principle of alchemy is solve et coagula. It's the Latin to basically destroy. It's like destroy and build, right? You have to destroy something to then rebuild it. Those who watched Full Metal Alchemist, you guys know what I'm talking about. You got destruction, and then comprehension, and then creation. People have a silly idea that the alchemists were people that were just like some bunch of idiots that were trying to make gold out of nothing, right? Trying to transform lead into gold. It's like, no. Let me explain how their view of that thing worked, right? They thought that every metal that we could find was just actually the same thing in different degrees of like perfection. Well, because gold's the highest degree of perfection. It's like shiny. It has this like it kind of emits its own light. It's almost like the sun. Then you have silver, and then they put everything in a hierarchy that went all the way down to lead. So their idea was not to transform lead into gold. Their idea was, can we break down base metals to their primal, their first form, their first material, their materia prima, and then with that we can make gold. And not only that, that's just the way of thinking, because what they actually ended up doing is studying the process of transformation of things. That's what alchemy was. That's how it later on became. If you think about chemistry and physics and everything, we can even I dare to say we can even consider those things as a degradation of alchemy, because alchemy was the general study of the transformation processes and then the processes of making things perfect. So the same way that they wanted to turn that lead, break it down into its base components and turn it into gold, and of course a lot of people use that to try to make like fake currency and all those things. However, the idea is like, well, this is exactly the same process that happens with the human soul. That's how a person becomes a saint. That's how a common man can become a great man. With this process of, you have to destroy something, be that your vices, you have to destroy the lead inside of you. And for that you need some degree of violence, some degree of action and destruction. And then you turn that thing into gold. You perfect it. It's the study of perfection of the human soul. So when we think about, there's something there's something very beautiful and poetic about using your own body weight to exert this violence that destroys the current state of yourself. Like when you think about muscle building, you're literally destroying the muscle fibers in your body to make them rebuild stronger. And there's something really beautiful and poetic about using your own body weight to make your body better. It's like using your own body to improve your body. There's something really beautiful about that, and I think it makes us dig down to the roots of ancient bodybuilding, right? You look at the Greek statues, right? They were perfect statues. The perfect muscles, all the insertions, a perfectly human back. And it's like, dude, that for them to make a statue that perfect, that means that they had to have seen someone that muscular. And someone can only get that muscular with intentional training. Like, you don't become the Farnese Hercules by mistake, by just like kind of, winging it and just being a wrestler and a fighter. It's like, I don't know, man, unless the guy was blessed by literally the genetic of the gods. But it's like, that's not usually even people with good genetics, they have to work out. They have to train intentionally to grow their muscles. And those guys, they did it without any of this YouTube fitness literature, scientific studies. You know what I mean? Just by observing and by thinking about things, and then by looking at things into this more with this more symbolical and poetical way of looking at the world. I think when you look at the world with this symbolical understanding, you can extract a lot of things that normal people cannot. So when I fast, right, I talk about the symbolism of fasting in some other video that I talk about why all religions practice fasting. I think fasting is very similar to do with the process of emptying yourself, the way you empty a chalice to receive a drink, or the way you would empty, the way that, for example, that the Muslims, when they pray, they put their hands like this because they're receiving a blessing from God, right? When Christians pray, they pray like that. When you pray, you put your hands, your palms up like that, because it's almost like you're making a cup to receive the divine. And when you fast, it's like you're emptying the cup that is your body, kind of to allow yourself to think about the things and to turn your mind to the things that are higher than the material needs, that are higher than the need for food, for example. So when you put together 24-hour fastings with this higher rep calisthenics, this very ancient method of just destroying to rebuild again, you can get you get this very good feeling because it feels very natural. There's just something different about how your body looks like when you train body weight stuff versus when you train weights. I don't know if that's something that I'm the only one that notices in myself and I'm kind of a weirdo, or if it's something that other people also notice, is that when I work out, mainly doing calisthenics, like the way that my muscles and my body looks, it just gets this different aspect than when I do weight, like with barbell or free weights or anything like, or when I go to the gym, right? It's just a different aspect, and I don't know if it has any relationship to do with this, with being in more synergy with this more natural way of building your body. Okay, so give it a shot, man. Give it a shot. Try it out, and you're gonna see how you like it, right? You get this amazing feeling that you're a fucking Greek wrestler or like a Roman soldier or like a knight preparing to go to battle. You just feel badass. You just feel the start, especially if you do it outside, because you have that vitamin D that is just fucking like natural testosterone booster. You know what I mean? So that's all for today, folks. I'll see you next time. Cheers.